Let's go here.
Nigga, Tekashi started all that drama with the Vlad TV, and all these niggas wanting more money right now.
This is the video. This is the video I saw. See, nigga, I be on my politics shit.
Who's it from?
1090 Jake. I saw him react to it.
1090 Jake is cool.
1090 Jake.
Yeah, he spoke about it yesterday. Mm-hmm.
Wow, what the fuck going on with
hold on.
They actually homies.
Pause that. Ron, pay attention to the very beginning and then tell me what do you process from that? Play the beginning.
All right.
You hear it?
Yo,
did you watch that shit?
Hey, you know what's crazy is if you had FaceTime me right now, I'm literally recording my reaction to the shit. Like right now, my camera's on and everything. 6IX9INE just sat down in an OG.
Yo, bruh.
Anything, any thoughts on that?
Immediately when I see that reminds me of you and Tony D all the time, my nigga.
Yeah.
When I see that reminds me of me and you and Tony D, nigga.
Is it, and listen, this is no shots at 1090 Jake, but that seems very comfortable with a Higa that reports on snitching. The Higa on the phone is the snitch.
Yo, and okay.
1090 Jake is the blood.
Uh-huh.
Tekashi is known for snitching on the Bloods.
And that was his position when it first happened. Is like, how the fuck? Yeah.
You know what this is? This is the exact same thing with Gucci. 1090 Jake is no longer in the space that he's a gangster. He is now a full-blown YouTuber.
Yeah.
It's not about the politics no more. The politics can now be put to the side. This is something I got to cover. This is part of my job. This is part of what I do. And sometimes you got to be cool with Higas that if you were doing the politics, you could never be cool with this Higa.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about it, if 1090 Jake was like true, like he couldn't associate with fucking Tekashi for nothing. He's not supposed to be associating with that nigga for nothing. No business, no nothing.
That nigga is still supposed to be blood, nigga. Like last time I checked, that nigga was running around checking it with niggas in New York City and all that shit. Like, I don't know, bro.
Yo, so what?
But it's a good video. It's a long one, but it's a good one.
Look, I get you. I'm just saying, like that was too buddy. That remind me of you and Tony D, nigga. And y'all niggas best friends, nigga.
Calling like, yo, you watch the video? Yo, I seen that shit. Yo, I murdered that nigga. Yo. That's crazy. We laughing over it
because people, for the people who haven't watched this, and you'll see why I know why this conversation, why they're cool. Because you gotta think about it. Like before we react to this, right? You gotta think about like Tekashi. Tekashi's like, man, I don't give a fuck if you call me a snitch. I did what I had to do to get the fuck up out of there, right? But you gotta think about Tekashi also exposed the hypocrisy of the hip hop world, right? And I fuck with that because I don't like hypocrisy, and he's exposing it, right? He's exposing it, and then this is why, like, I fuck with 6IX9INE. I've always fucked with 6IX9INE because he don't give a fuck, and he's making thousands of dollars just not giving a fuck, But let's get into it.
Name of Big Bank. If you haven't heard of him, he's the one who conducted the only interview with Young Thug after Young Thug's snitching allegations came out. Bad. Now, this is the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services website. And it would break down victims of criminal activity, U non-immigrant status, the U non-immigrant status, U visa.
I love this, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, this part was crazy when I heard it.
Yeah, because it's the hypocrisy, right? Like of like what 21 Savage was saying about 6IX9INE.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, come on, dog. You talking all this
shit?
It's
that old concept of you back who you like.
Mm-hmm. Now watch this. It gets better. I know a lot of you guys probably haven't watched this. I know Zaya watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, I also want to say this real quick before you start it. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with backing who you like. but don't be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a hypocrite about it.
Yeah, call it for what it's for, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
call
it.
it down the middle, or call out what's in black
you
and
should
white.
be able to say, you know what, my boy got a visa thing, and for those reasons, but I don't care. He's my boy. That's what I've always said. Like, yo, there be instances where, you know, like, you know, when me and Jules had the fallout, you know, I was kind of exposing Jules, and people were like, well, Zaya, you know, she's a piece of shit, but why you ain't saying nothing before? Because I've been told y'all, I don't give a fuck if my friends are pieces of shit. They're my friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rock with them. I don't give a fuck what people think about them. Let's get it.
You knew they were a piece of shit before. You just accepted it at the
My
moment.
nigga, I knew Jules was a piece of shit from the first time she told me the story. And in my mind, I said, damn, that's fucked up. My nigga, like, but like, you my homie. Like, all right, fuck it. That's the come up. Then that's how you came up. Then salutes. You know, when Jules told me that she was doing the thing where she was buying the trailer, you know, like, I was like, damn, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, my nigga, you got 300,000 and you can't just fucking throw them niggas 40,000, 50,000 for a trailer? Who gives a fuck? My nigga, you got 300,000 and you got it based off the nigga dying. Like, you know, like, you telling me you can't just toss them that money? Just buy the trailer, nigga. Let them old niggas sit in the trailer, and that's theirs. And that's your way of saying, you know what? My baby daddy gone, but listen, nigga, you looking down on me? I took care of your parents. Look, my nigga, I bought them niggas a brand new trailer. I could give a fuck what they do with it. Man, Jules bought them niggas a trailer, nigga, and then started charging them niggas rent. What the fuck? That's like a double dip, my nigga.
That's wild.
So you paid the 50, 60,000 to get the fucking trailer, nigga, and you want the 50, 60,000 back? For what? To buy sneakers to impress niggas on the internet? Man, miss me with that bullshit, my nigga. That's why that girl was buying sneakers the way she was. Okay? Off the fucking insurance money of her fucking dead baby daddy, nigga. Okay? Other than that, Jules was a fucking dirty white Air Force One bitch, just like when I met her. Fuck out of here, nigga.
That is wild.
But I digress.
I digress.
Is set aside for victims of certain crimes who have suffered mental or physical abuse and are held for the law enforcement or government officials in the investigation or prosecution of criminal activity. The legislation visa.
In other words, a snitch. You know what I'm saying?
You either have to snitch now, you got to snitch later, but you got to write down on this paper that you down to snitch when we need you to snitch.
Yeah, and then like that's how we keep.
Because the thing is I don't think they ever caught the person that shot him and his friend. So they're just saying there's going to be one day that we catch him and we're going to take him to trial, and nigga, you going to get your ass up on that goddamn stand and you're going to point the finger and say that's the guy that shot me.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself, you signed up for future snitching. You supposed to say, no, I'm a gangster. I'm not taking nothing. Send me back to my country.
Yeah.
That's the hypocrisy.
But he didn't do that.
He didn't do that. He did what everybody does. What's beneficial to them.
To them. Yeah.
That's it. 100%. You know, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to do what's beneficial to you. The problem is that the street higgers, there's like this code that you're supposed to be following that higgers ain't following that code. They might be making believe that they following the code. They might be rapping about following the code, but behind closed doors, they're not following the code. The streets are a myth. Are there real street higgers out there? Yes. And they should get out the game ASAP, because the game is filled with niggas that ain't playing fair. And you're going to get beside that person, and you're going to put your trust and your loyalty into that person, and that person's fake from the very beginning. Okay, the snitching shit is over, bro. Like, forget that shit, man.
Yeah, 100%.
And Banks' response was, "I don't know what that is. I never heard of it. What does that mean, though? What are you trying to say?"
Buster said they have the snitching on layaway, baby.
He's telling you what he's trying to say. You just ain't processing it.
You saying he was a victim?
Yo, snitching on layaway is crazy.
Victims who have suffered from certain crimes.
Okay,
basically,
now,
right?
Now that was the video of Gunna literally snitching on CNN, Crime Stoppers, whatever.
Let police do their job.
Hold up.
Yo, pause it. Yo, first and foremost, my nigga, you show up to a thing where the nigga got the fucking the projector. You gotta know.
He just put that shit in there too.
Because I wasn't there before.
No, he just put it in there,
I'm
like,
almost
that's
certain that nigga put that there strictly for this interview. I don't never, and I've seen, I've watched a bunch of streams where he's streaming around this area. All this stuff recently got repainted, and that projector wasn't there. So first and foremost, the projector there is like a dead giveaway. Some shit about to go down, right? So I was typing in the chat, like in the very beginning, I honestly didn't give a damn because, I'm a higger that I'll admit that I'm a higger that I support revenge, and I feel like they did that nigga dirty. He put a bunch of dusty ass higgers on. He put a bunch of higgers in position where they could win, and they turned on him. I'm one of them people that, like Shotty especially, like to me, one of the greatest duos was 6ix9ine and Shotty. Like I was watching them when they was, Instagram and all that when it was them, and that's when I was really hooked. Like, yo, these higgers, they got it. That higger talking shit, and he got these niggas to back him up, and that, sometimes that's the perfect recipe, right?
Yeah.
To me, I was always extremely disappointed in Shotty for sleeping with Tekashi's baby moms. My nigga, like, she's not the baddest bitch in the world. There's bitches everywhere. And unfortunately, like, Shotty just a bad example of just my nigga Higgins always thinking with they fucking dick. With all the bitches out there, you telling me you gotta fuck your man's girl? Man, who gives a fuck about this broad, my nigga? Why can't she just be the one that's hands off? Okay. And I never liked that. So when he actually snitched, I was like, man, good for them higgers. I would have done the same thing. You telling me you bringing me tapes, my nigga, where I'm listening on the tapes, and these niggas is calling me a mark, a buster. They're saying that I was never part of the gang. These niggas just been using me to get me out of money. The same higgers in the gang, you guys kidnapped me, stole my fucking money, and I fucking helped y'all higgers. Man, I'm gonna burn the ground that you higgers walk on. All right. And nigga, I'm gonna stand in court, nigga, and I'm gonna say like that nigga right there. And I hope they put you under the jail. And now look, Tekashi's out. I remember when Tekashi first got out, Higgins said that he wouldn't last. And now look, rising back to the top. Now this Higgins don't even gotta do fucking music. You know that, right? Yeah. He don't even gotta do music no more. He's about to be like Aiden Ross style streaming.
Yeah.
That nigga don't gotta do no fucking music no more. So he fucking pivoted crazy and came out winning. Now, I am while I say that a higger that is about revenge, I definitely do not vouch for snitching where Tops, me and you agree to go do something that's illegal, and then we get caught, nigga, and then I tell on you. That's whole shit right there.
Yeah,
because we agreed to go do this crime together. We agreed to do this fuck shit together. So we should go down together. We shouldn't be snitching on 100%. Each other. If anything, I've always said this is why I either do shit alone, or if I do something with you, in the very beginning, I always say, yo, Tops, if we get caught, what are we going to say? Right? I used to do this with Jules, right? And Jules would tell me, man, why you got to think like that? We got to think like that. Because when we get caught, then you're going to be like, you're not going to have the same story, and I'm not going to have the same story. And that's always how they get niggas. You separate them. What's your story? What's your story? Stories ain't adding up? Someone lying? First person to get the deal is wins. And that's what happens. You start telling, and no offense to you, Toss, but like, you start telling a nigga, yo, you ain't never going to see your kids again. You ain't never going to see your fucking wife again. Who knows what they're going to say to you? So if somebody's going to be doing something to your fucking kids, somebody's going to be with your wife, this and this, and you're like, holy shit, I can't fucking think of this. I don't want to risk my family. And then, you liable to say, fuck it, I'm taking this deal. And I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying a man with a family, you know what I'm saying? They could leverage that family over you. All right. So I always believe that, man, fuck that. Get your motherfucking revenge. The snitch shit, it's crazy because, it's always been kind of a topic. And I almost hate to say this, but my nigga, at one point in time, Atlanta, Georgia was being praised for music. And now, bro, like all the snitching shit is attached to them. That's insane.
And the thing is with 6ix9ine situation is more of a get back, because if I felt like if that never happened, he probably would have never told. He probably would have took it in the chain.
And you know, people can speculate. You know, people can say, "Nah, that Hager was gonna snitch anyway." You'll never know, because his story will always be that them Higgins did him dirty, and the feds played the tapes for him to listen to it. You'll never know.
It came to the time in court where it made him be like, all right, when they put his ass to testify after they showed all that shit. Go ahead,
nigga. That's the nigga that was sleeping with my baby mamas. That nigga shot. That nigga was on the wire tapes talking about I'm a mark and they using me. Man, that nigga gave the order right there. With a smile, my nigga. You feel me? Like, yo, y'all niggas really. And then here's the crazy part, that people would think that even after all that, yeah, but Zay, you know, man, he got involved with the streets and he knows what come with it. My nigga, you telling me that them niggas was talking as greasy as they were talking on the damn wires? They had to pick you up because them niggas was about to violate you, and you telling me you're gonna stay strong and then do all that time in jail with those niggas?
I'll give you an example. The niggas that killed the ETCZAYA.
Yeah.
You know, the other dude came out of jail.
The nigga that took the deal, he's already out of jail, nigga, and he's driving trucks.
You know why he snitched?
He got dicked. He didn't even get no money. He's supposed to get a portion of the money. He's supposed to get a portion of the money. Them niggas told that nigga, man, eat dick, nigga. You ain't getting nothing.
All right.
And he wasn't even getting that much. He was getting like 5,000. You know, he didn't even get the 5,000, nothing. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to tell on these niggas. And look, them Higgins is gone. Who knows where they're at? They're buried underneath the jail somewhere. And he's out driving trucks, nigga, is already restarting his life.
Making money.
Yeah. Same. Well, not really, but kind of
similar.
The Fulio. The Fulio, the chick is good. Well, she's not good. She still gotta get sentenced. But you know, the chick, look, she got less than all them other Higgins. Them Higgins are gone.
Done.
Probably gonna get life. I think they're figuring that out. They did a stream today, and then I think they're
Florida. It's Florida, so they might even hit. I think they're trying to hit them with the death penalty, because that's what they're trying to do with a Melly right now.
Yeah, I've always said if the proof is just like beyond, like you got him dead to rights, which them Higgins, bro, they got all them Higgins dead to rights immediately, my nigga. You should go from the fucking courthouse straight to the death chamber.
100%.
Like why we an appeal? An appeal for what? You're guilty, my nigga. You took somebody's life. You should pay with your own. It's an eye for an eye with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give up your life. You know, why? You can sit in jail, and then what are you going to do in jail? Nothing productive. You're going to sit in jail. You're going to, you're probably going to stab somebody else. You know, like, because when them niggas get to jail, a lifer, my nigga, a lifer doesn't care. He going in there, nigga, he might stab a nigga on the first day. He doesn't care. He's a lifer. You got to get rid of that nigga. He's not valuable at all. You know, taxpayer dollars paying for this fucking nigga to just sit up and do fucking nothing all day but plot and scheme. Man, put the fucking needle in that nigga's arm, nigga, and get that nigga out of here. You know, that nigga, you know who's out? The Turner dude.
The Turner, yeah.
The dude that kidnapped the little girl in the truck?
Yeah.
My nigga, you got the footage. The little girl's right there. You got the footage. There's no way that he could be innocent. Right there. Don't even let the damn judge hit the gavel. Bring the gurney in, put that nigga on the gurney, nigga, and put the thing in his arm, nigga, right there in the courtroom.
Right away.
Get him out of here. Yeah. Like the nigga's gonna sit there and have appeals for years now on taxpayer dollars.
I never understood the system like that, but
you know why? Because everybody got equal rights. Even the niggas that break the law. The niggas that don't care about nobody else's rights, it's almost like they got extra rights. What the fuck? Nigga, that nigga didn't give a fuck. And he killed a little girl, my nigga.
I'm glad you see that, right? And that's for American citizens, by the way.
That's great.
But listen, it is what it is, right? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's play this shit.
Oh, you asking that question? Bro, you can stop hitting that bullshit, bro.
Let police do their job.
Hold on,
My bad.
You asking that question? Bro, you can stop hitting that bullshit, bro. You just walk that thing down, bro. You just showed the video. Hold up.
Say a name, but he identified what the shooter was wearing. Like that's not snitching. It doesn't count. You know what I mean? And this is exactly what 6ix9ine wanted. Apparently 6ix9ine paid him to be on his platform instead of the other way around. This is exactly what 6ix9ine wanted. He wanted somebody highly respected that sides with all of these guys.
Did you get that part though? Did you get that part?
About what?
My nigga, Tekashi paid Banks money so that Banks could interview him for Banks's channel. Like, how you don't smell a setup right there? The nigga's paying you for you to interview him on your shit. Well, not the other way around. It's not like Banks paid him to be on Banks's channel.
So when I heard him say that, I was like, hold on, that's a dumbass nigga for doing that shit. Like,
nah, nigga, not when you know you walk shit down. Like, I give Tekashi that, man. He's got a good point. You know, he's got a good point, and the reason that he's got a good point is because them Atlanta niggas are really snitching, my nigga. They really are. They really are faking the funk that they're not snitching, and then, you know, doing things that are snitch worthy.
Listen, I have a conspiracy.
Yeah.
So you remember Rich Homie Quan, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how he allegedly overdosed?
No.
Yeah, he passed
away. I know he overdosed. I don't know. Was there something behind that?
Yeah, I think he got poisoned.
Oh shit!
Because remember, he was in the mix of this whole shit of the Young Thug and
maybe he knew that them niggas was no good, you know.
So I think something was about to go down, and next thing you know, hey, Rich Homie Quan found dead in his house. Damn. Overdose. I don't know. I never caught what he overdosed on. That I don't know if that ever came out publicly. I don't even know if people ever talked about it or anything like that.
How did Rich Homie Quan pass away? He died on September 5th, 2024 at age 34 from an accidental drug overdose in his Atlanta home. It was caused by a combination of substances, including fentanyl, alflazam, codeine, and promethazine. You know, which could just be a bad batch. You know, a motherfucker give you a bad batch, and then next thing you know, you dead, man. And it just looks like, oh, he was fucking off the lean and this, that, and the third. But like, where did he get it from? You know, where did he get it from? Who the one that gave it to him? You know? Things that make you go,
So, like,
I think we could insert in a classic line: pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Williams.
Different strokes for different folks.
You feel me?
You know, so like, you know, you see that situation. I'm like, dog, randomly out of nowhere, Rich Homie Quan die off on the OD, or like an overdose. I wonder where he got the shit from.
Yep.
Or who brought it to him. Yo, I need a pint of lean. I got you. Yo, Rich Homie.
Or you know somebody's dealer. You say, hey, listen, you know, I need you to slide this pint of lean to, you know, Rich Homie Quan the next time he call for it. I'm gonna throw you an extra little 10, 20 stacks real quick, man. Just
because it had fentanyl in it. So the one way to get them is let's put fentanyl in it.
Yeah.
So that right, I didn't know what he overdosed on because I really didn't look in it. I just didn't hear about it, right?
Yeah.
But now that we're talking, like, hey, they found fentanyl, someone spiced that lean.
Yeah.
So, maybe Rich Homie Quan knew something because he got brought up in that trial a lot of times.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, in the YSL trial.
Yeah,
he got brought up a shit ton of times.
Damn.
He just wasn't what do you call that? Like interview as a witness or whatever. Because they just brought him up as a collaborator with Young Thug and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because remember, Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan are signed to the same label, which is Birdman shit. Rich Gang. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I know them two didn't like each other like that. They will bump heads or some shit. I probably got the story wrong, but I know they bumped heads at one point. They were bumping heads at one point. It's crazy.
Oh shit, he was subpoenaed to be a witness.
Yeah. But I think he ended up passing away.
You know, in some instances they call that witness tampering.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Young Thug took the plea deal. Instead of continue fighting, because technically the state was all over the fucking place. They were fucking up since day one. Right? They've been fucking up since day one, the state. But I feel like Young Thug, with the lawyer he had, he could have taken that all the way through and won the case hand free. But when Rich Homie Quan died, like a couple months later, they ended up giving him a plea deal, and he took it. I think they gave him like 10 years probation or 14 years probation or some shit like that. And, you know, he got to be clean and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You know, there's a lot of shit that's going on. There's shit like this happening in the politics world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers disappearing and all kinds of shit.
That's crazy. I never realized how close his death was to that trial.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like the guy who sold to Mac Miller. Yeah, but there was no trial or anything like that, right? But in situations like with Rich Homie Quan and all that stuff, I just felt like there was a lot that had to do with a lot of info that he knew that he was probably gonna end up telling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or what do they call that? Confiscating or whatever the fuck. Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Right, I'm gonna keep playing. Keep playing this
He
shit.
points out every flaw in their argument. We got on the line and he was like, yo, I understand me and you got the same mission. We just exposed the bullshit. People will hold this motherfucker and idolize him like he's God, but then you'll find out he did some shit and they don't hold him to the same standard as somebody else because it's easier for them to get at him.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like bullying. Whoever's the easier target, we're going to target. But when you go at
yo, that contradiction shit is fucking real, like to the fullest. And like, and it goes from like here to like politics. It goes to everywhere, bro. The internet, these motherfuckers, controller, for an example, like the hypocrisy shit is fucking crazy, bro. And it drives me fucking nuts because it happens consistently. And like, bro, like, you don't know how good it feels, like when you know that you were wrong and you were able to come out publicly and say that you was fucking wrong. You don't know how good that feels, right? Coming out of your chest, be like, all right, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Instead of kind of twist the story around and contradict yourself again on a certain situation. Now, what I do respect is when people stand on something. When they stand on something and they just boom, they just stand on it because that's what they believe. But then the hypocrisy is like a whole nother level, bro. It's like it's something that people just like organically just do because they let their emotions, their feelings get into shit and not accept for what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm telling you, it happens in the politics and all that shit. And, you know, when it came to like politics for me, bro, I had to like kind of like wake the fuck up a little bit and like seeing like what other people are talking about. And then you start seeing the hypocrisy and shit. Like, boom, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I listen to other people that are on the other side talking about certain situations. I'm like, yo, you don't find that fucked up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't find that fucked up? You don't find that back in the days this shit was ran like this, and then us as the minority or whatever it is, the black community, Latino community, and we doing this when at the same time they ain't doing shit for like, and then they want our vote for it. Nah, fuck out of here. There's the hypocrisy of shit. You know what I'm saying? So same thing goes with the whole music thing. It's like the picking and choosing and bro, like I never understood it, bro, but like I know it's there and it's stronger than ever, bro. Stronger than ever. And you know what it is? It's this shit. The fucking internet. Right? And people don't care. They know they're doing hypocrisy shit. They don't care. You know? People are always gonna do what's beneficial to them. You know, like facts to me nowadays doesn't really matter anymore. It's what sounds right. Whatever's in black and white doesn't matter no more. It's what sounds right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what pisses me off when I hear people talking about shit like in your situation, right? Oh, the 39 and 16, like the numbers keep going lower and lower and lower every time I hear some motherfucker speaking on that shit. I'm like, how do you know that? Like, you know, like that individual is expressing, because I was watching the Zeb's channel the other day, and you guys were up there and you guys were reacting to some crazy ass white girl or whatever. And I'm like, how did they know that? Were they around in those times?
No, the funny thing is, in that situation, no. All she did was listen to somebody else say it to her.
Somebody else, right?
Yeah.
So then I wish people would be like, hold on. I get it. I don't like Zaya. I don't like Peps. But how did that individual got that information? Like, people just lazy, bro. And then like they just run with whatever sounds good, even if it's not true. And that shit bothers me, bro. It bothers me a lot. You know that. And you know, I just pray for the people that like they do that shit when their karma comes around. Fuck, that shit's gonna hit them in the ass, bro. To be honest, you know what I mean? See, Turtle Dick Berry, why is that wild to you? Why is that wild to you? Right? When it's proven in black and white that man has done a lot more for Latinos than any other person in charge, ever in charge. Ever in charge. And it's proven in black and white. Come on, man. Like, yeah, some of these motherfuckers need to wake the fuck up. And then they need to stop with the hating and look at what's in black and white. You know what I'm saying? Look at what the history and kind of be like, and go in it with an open mind. Go in it with an open mind. You know what I'm saying? And